Hello, it's me again. I hope everyone's well. I'm experimenting here. I've been neglectful of my videos, and I apologize. But I thought I'd log on, have a nice glass of wine, and have a little talk. So, I decided to try out some of the print-on-demand options that you can get from DriveThruRPG, RPG Now, DM's Guild, the one bookshelf group. And I thought it would be interesting to grab something that I was already familiar with, and that I also kind of want to reward Wizards of the Coast for releasing it. Because really, I loved this game when I was a kid. Alpha Dawn, Star Frontiers. So, and I wanted to see what the quality on the print product would be if I did the print on demand. Now, a few things. Star Frontiers has been around for a long time. It is one of the early science fiction games. So, Star Frontiers came out in 1982. I'm a big fan of the game. I always have been, and it is one of the first few games I ever played. I got D&D, then. The next year, or actually within the first year of me getting D&D, I got Star Frontiers and Marvel Superheroes role-playing game. Now, Marvel is never going to let Wizards of the Coast reprint those old Phaser Rip systems. There are people who have recreated that system, and you should go check them out if you're interested. It's an interesting system, and certainly sparked my love for science fiction role-playing, or superhero role-playing games. But Star Frontiers. Star Frontiers was certainly contemporary with Traveller. Traveller is certainly the more well-revered, I guess. And I only relatively recently have played Star Frontiers. I got into not Star Frontiers. Played Traveller, and I played it at a convention. It was fun, but Star Frontiers was my first science fiction RPG, and if I'm being honest, in some regards, Star Frontiers is a better game than Traveller. Traveller is a nice, simple system for resolutions. Its character creation is so convoluted as to be a separate game all to itself. And while I get the charm of that system, it is also kind of problematic. Not in a social justice sense, but this is deeply time consuming. You could, in fact, possibly end up with a non-playable character and have to start over again in the character creation process, and gives wildly unbalanced characters on top of that. I'm not going to argue that Star Frontiers gave wildly balanced ones. It did have randomized die rolls for your stats, for instance, but it's just a different creature, really. Now, Star Frontiers had Alpha Dawn as the first one, which largely dealt with sort of the basic and advanced rules for you running around in space as people and doing people things. It definitely had a hex-based combat system, and involved a lot of sort of wargaming-esque elements. It also is sort of, well, the science fiction-y elements here are much more, not quite magic-y like Star Wars, but more on the space opera end of things. Good examples might be, you could run adventures in Ringworld, the universe of the Ringworld, in Star Frontiers, and it would work reasonably well. That kind of adventure, which is at least sort of a hand wave some of the more obscure technical issues and interesting bits, some justice, some running around, action, adventure, problem solving. Lots of skills in here. It's got multiple alien races and cool tech, and it was a fun game. It's a little too fiddly and chart happy for modern sensibilities. The system is not terribly balanced in a lot of ways. But it is an interesting episode, and I wouldn't mind Wizards of the Coast taking a second swipe at this. At doing an updated Star Frontiers, as it were. Something a little more streamlined, a little less chart-happy, and with, the lessons learned over time. And there are plenty of people who have actually revisited this style of game out there. As to the printing, so the printing is nice. This is the soft cover. It didn't cost that much to get the printing done. But, and there is a but, and I'm not the only one who has had this complaint, so I feel confident in making it. Shipping is an issue for this company. If you want to see this at any point near when you buy it, you're going to have to pay extra to have it shipped, a premier class of shipping of some sort. The base class of shipping, they don't guarantee that it will be reach you at any particular time. I think they said if it hadn't reached you in 4 weeks, you should bug them, which is insane in today's world. I'm gonna be honest, that's ridiculous. Like a week, okay, sure, that's normal. A week and a couple of days for printing, fine. I mean, it's printed and got all the seams and everything, but that's not what they did. No. This right here, it took them weeks and weeks to get to me, and they issued a tracking number, but the tracking number is a faux tracking number. It doesn't actually mean anything. So if you want to order from these guys to get the print products, and the print products they're doing are nice, just be aware that you will be paying extra for the shipping if you want to get it at any kind of reasonable time or reasonable guarantee that you're getting it, at a particular time, because that's the only way you'll get a tracking number. So, yeah, that is a pet peeve for their print-on-demand service. That said, the print quality itself is fine. I've got just some, slight issues with the back. The actual book here, unlike some of the others that you might get through the print-on-demand, is made from scans of the original books. So the original typesets and print sets for this game don't exist anymore. This came out in the 1980s. So, to make this book, they got copies of the original and scanned them, presumably cleaned it up in, Photoshop or what have you, to make it a little, the wear and tear a little less evident. But you really can't tell, honestly. The typeface is a little solid, I think. I don't know. I can't really look at a whole lot of things in here and go, oh yeah, that's clearly a scan. Some of the artwork isn't quite as crisp. Some of the maps are not quite as crisp. But, I mean, those are minor issues. Overall, the book is fine. I like it. You should like it. It's good for you. You should go and buy this book so that Wizards of the Coast will maybe do more with Star Frontiers. They've released a bunch of the Star Frontiers stuff on DriveThruRPG, and I recommend it. I mean, it's good stuff. But if you are getting the print-on-demand, and this is going to be true of any of their print-on-demand products, shell out for the extra shipping. Just factor that into your cost analysis. Because without it, there's no telling when you're going to get it. They actually sent me out a version, and after several weeks, I sent them an email saying, hey, what's going on with that? And they're like, yeah, if it's not past this point, we don't really do anything with it. So I waited a few more weeks. It still didn't show up. And then I called and asked them, hey, what's going on? And then they expedited printing and shipped me out another one in a few days. So, yeah. That is the situation on the shipping. The shipping is bad. I really hope that they clear that problem up. But the print quality is fine. I have no problem with print quality. I would have no problem handing this off to a friend and saying, here's the book. And be confident that, I'd get it back in good condition. This is a soft cover, so it's maybe not going to hold up as well as something from Wizards of the Coast directly printed through one of their professional printing companies or something, but it seems fine. I've been looking through it a lot, and it didn't give me any problems. So yeah, the print quality is good. It's a great old game, and a part of gaming history. So, interesting. They did Alphadon, and then later they did Nighthawks. And I'm probably going to order Nighthawks too. Which is more the space battle wars elements to it. And then they had a bunch of adventures and a few supplements. Zebulon's Guide to the Galaxy, I think, is one of the few supplements that they did, which was their equipment guide, which was really cool. Over the years, some people did some fan versions of Star Frontiers, where they basically went through and grabbed the books and actually cleaned up the print quality by just recreating them, taking the text and just recreating them in a InDesign document or something and made a PDF that you could download that way. There's a fanzine called Star Frontiersman, which was also continuing the fan life of this game before Wizards released this on DriveThruRPG. So it's good to see it get some love. It's got a beautiful Larry Elmore cover. Let's see if you can see that. It's a gorgeous cover. And I would like to see more Star Frontier stuff come out of Wizards of the Coast. So, we'll see. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there, and I will talk to you guys later. I have discovered that they recently released the last Gazetteer I had not covered for my Mystara line. So I'm going to go grab that at some point and after that, I'm also writing right now. Paid writing gigs are cool, but they are time consuming. And I've got a lot of stuff going on with work as well. So my brain is not completely my own. But I hope everyone's well and life is treating you well. And I will talk to you later. See you. Bye.